Adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. One hexagon is also equivalent to 3 rhombi, which is also equivalent to 6 triangles. For fractions with like denominators, you first add or subtract the numerators and then you keep the same denominator as the original fraction. An example would be 2/7 plus 3/7 equals 5/7. You can use a pie chart to help you solve this. For the first one you have 2 white triangles, and for the second one you have 3 white triangles, so 2 plus 3 equals 5, and then the same denominator is 7, so that's how you get 5/7. Try it. 3/8 plus 1/8 equals 4/8. You have to find a greatest common multiple to simplify this answer. The greatest common multiple in this case is 4, so you take 4 divided by 4, which is 1, and 8 divided by 4, which is 2, to get the answer 1/2. For 7/10 minus 3/10, the answer is 4/10, because 7 minus 3 is 4, and then 10 is the denominator. 2 is the greatest common multiple, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. For fractions with unlike denominators, different denominators mean that the one is divided into different parts, and so each denominator has different equivalency. An example would be 1/3 plus 1/6, which equals 1/2. When you draw this out, 1/3 of the hexagon added to 1/6 of the hexagon makes 1/2 of the hexagon. Try it. 5/6 minus 2/3 equals 1/6. 6/10 minus 2/5 equals 1/5. And you can use pattern blocks to help you solve this. For mixed numbers with like denominators, you first add or subtract whole numbers, and then you add or subtract the fractions. You can add or subtract the numerators right across, and then you keep the same denominator, just like with fractions. And then lastly, you use division to write the answer in simplest form. An example of this would be 1 5/8 plus 2 1/8. The answer to this is 3 6/8. You can solve this by using circles and pie charts again. And so we have, if we first do the mixed numbers, we have 1 circle plus 2, which equals 3. And then you have 5/8 of a pie chart plus 1/8 of a pie chart. 5 plus 1 is 6, and the same denominator is 8. So 1 5/8 plus 2 1/8 equals 3 6/8. 6/8 can be reduced to 3/4. Try it. 7 3/5 minus 6 1/5 is 1 2/5, and 8 1/2 minus 2 1/2 is 6, because the halves cancel out. So 8 minus 2 is 6. For mixed numbers with unlike denominators, you have to add or subtract the whole numbers and fractions separately. An example of this would be 3 1/2 plus 1 1/3. The answer is 4 5/6, and you can use shapes to help you solve this one. Again, 1/2 of a hexagon plus 1/3 of a hexagon leaves you with only 1/6 of the hexagon left that is not shaded in. So 5/6 plus 1/6 equals 6/6, so 1/2 plus 1/3 equals 5/6. So 3 1/2 plus 1 1/3 equals 4 5/6. Try it. 6 2/3 minus 4 1/6 equals 2 1/2, and 10 4/8 minus 7 1/4 equals 3 1/8. And you can use pattern blocks to help you solve this too. Remember, just add like normal with like denominators, and use pattern blocks to figure out answer with unlike denominators, as this can be a little trickier. I used Everyday Mathematics Student Reference Book by the McGraw-Hill Companies Incorporated to help me create this lesson.